Okie dokie. All right. Okay. Seems like we are live. Maybe. Maybe. Okay. Yeah. That seems to be doing just fine right there. Let's just see. Yep. What about this one? Twitch. Can you hear me? Twitch. Yes. Yes, you can. Sweet. Live on both Twitch and YouTube. Just sitting around baloneying. Totally just having some fun talking to myself. Because, hey, I went live like 47 seconds ago. And, we'll just kind of see what this does. Play it by ear, so they say. Just kind of hanging out here, waiting, giving everybody a chance to go ahead and get into the stream so, we can have a nice conversation. And if you're listening to this post-produced or watching this post-produced, then you're missing out. Usually starting around 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the Joe's Disc Golf Podcast. We have a lovely sign right here. Right there. Look at that lovely, beautiful sign. Good evening, Barbarian Stronghold Disc Golf. How are you? There we go. I think I managed to get some of the stuff right here. Just waiting, giving everybody a chance to get in here. We're talking a little bit about Waco. Didn't get a chance to watch as much of the Open at Austin as I was hoping, but it was windy and drizzly and just overall really shitty for the girls. Living the dream as always. Hey, oh boy. Thank you, Full Size Steed. You wanted to offer promotion to promote my channel? Oh, wow. That is super awesome. I'm not dealing with your spam bullshit here. So you can go ahead and get reported. Report. Woo. Yeah. So you are trying to spam, scam, or bots. Spam. Spam, spammity, spam. Spam. Yes. Tell us more. Please include timestamp if applicable. Well, yes, submit report. Yes, block this user. And as everybody just heard, well, I've got a whole bunch of, how do I delete this from Twitch? Yes. I already blocked you. I don't know how to delete it. Nor do I really care that much. I guess I could wipe chat. Clear chat. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So have fun with that. Everybody heard everything freaking out right there. I got the button. And I've got, when I tell my awesome jokes. Hey, little cue for you guys there. Also, things are just sad for Full Size Steed, who has just been blocked and reported for spamming in Twitch. And then, in case you missed it, I can say it again. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Having fun with the fun soundboard that I have now. Words are hard, man. Words are really hard. This has been an incredibly long week, but I've been talking here for about 5-ish minutes here. We'll see how this goes. Wow, I got a new follower on Twitch. I wonder if it was that moron. Well, if it's not, welcome new person who's an awesome person on Twitch. If not, well, stop spamming. That's all I can say. Stop spamming. Oh, I love how YouTube statistics go all haywire. Well, I guess I shouldn't put that there. I guess over there. Yeah, look at that. What up? Okay, so I guess we shall go ahead and get started. What's up, disc golfers? Joe here with Joe's Disc Golf, and fun show today, talking about Waco, talking about a little bit of the Open at Austin, talking about South by Southwest, I guess, and the Gannon Buhr lawsuit has had an update, but it's not really like a huge update here. Before we get into it any further, though, I gotta say thank you to everyone watching. Thank you to my lovely sponsor here, Log. What rolls downstairs? A loner in pairs, rolls over your neighbor's dog. What's great for a snack and it fits on your back? It's Log, Log, Log. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood. It's better than bad, it's good. Everyone wants a log. You're gonna love it, Log. Come on and get your log. Log from Blammo. I feel like I need to add that in there because some people might think that's real. Yay, the internet, where anything can happen. And everything does happen. The internet is a terrifying, awesome place, all at the same time. Hi, ChatGPT. Please be nice to me. Please don't try to steal my money or anything. You never know. You never ever know. Our new machine overlords. Welcome. Yeah. So Waco was pretty entertaining. Kristen Tatar definitely had a little bit of rust. Yeah, she shot a course record 9 down in round 1. And then proceeded to basically cough all that up, I would say is the best way to put that. She did not look very well in rounds 2 and 3, despite winning. Spoiler alert, because, live sports, spoilers. She, I'm not saying, I wish that my off days and being absolutely rusty were like Kristen Tatar's, where yeah, I'm not playing great, but then I still win Waco. Because reasons. I mean, it was kind of windy. The first day was absolutely gorgeous. Some of the best weather we've seen in Waco in a long time. But then, hey, it's all right. Side note, predictions. Thank you, AI, machine learning, and whatnot. Kristen Tatar and Owen Scoggins were up there. It also had Paige Pierce. Sarah Holcomb's up there, Haley King. It was good times. We were pretty decent with picking them. Might be expanded to the top 5 rather than just the top 3, and not necessarily in order there, because as it stands right now, we're just going to go with the Open at Austin. I have to get to Twitter to pull up my actual predictions. I've run some variations on it since then, so things have kind of gotten by the wayside, but we have Kristen Tatar, Valerie Mandujano. This was before she had officially dropped out, so we'll just scratch her. Evelina Salonen, Hannah Blomroos, and Holland Hanley. Yeah, I don't know why Owen isn't in this, but hey, it is what it is. This is the machine learning. It's still learning, damn it. It is still trying to learn. It is still trying to do its best, and it's getting there. So, Kristen Tatar, we're going to get back to this. Kristen Tatar, 9 down round 1. Absolutely crushes it. Takes 1 bogey on hole 11. And that's it. That's it. Looks fantastic. Round 2, shoots an even par. Yeah, it's all right. It's fine. She takes a triple on hole 6 and a triple on hole 12 and a bogey on hole 1. Shoots even. Now that looks like one of my rounds. That's me shooting myself in the foot because, but for me, it wouldn't have been bogey, triple, birdies, triple, birdies. It would have been whole bunch of birdies. And then I look at my score, see I'm 6 down, 5 down, 6 down, whatever, and then go, cool, hang on, let me get this out of the way, and end up shooting 2 over or something goofy like that. You know, that's something that would happen to me for sure. That is definitely something that would happen to me. That's why I'm not a pro. But Kristen Tatar manages to do that. She ends up somehow winning. Now, I do take issue with the Ultiworld article that was put up there, mainly with one line. Unfortunately, if you watched it, Ella Hansen totally just gave it away in the last 3 holes. She gave up a 3-stroke lead, 4-stroke swing in 3 holes, a 3-stroke lead. Just totally gave it away. And Kristen Tatar was not playing well. She even said she was not playing well. Where I have issue is this is with respect to while Kristen Tatar is getting her trophy, Ella Hansen here is in the background crying, and I don't blame her at all. What I do have the issue with is the line, "This grief at having her first tour win snatched away with 3 holes to play would have been rough enough to have many pro players hide from the public," and blah, 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 blah. Shows courage, whatever. She didn't have it snatched away. She gave it away. She went OB on 17, did not play well. She goes to 18 and just yanks the shit out of it. Just not even close. Laser beam OB over the water. It's kind of an impressive throw, but yanks the crap out of it. 110%. The reason Ella Hansen lost or got second place, however you want to look at it, second place, first place loser. That's how I said it about everything. No matter how you look at it, she lost it herself. Kristen Tatar didn't even know she had a chance to win until she was across the water for birdie. And she kind of looked at that. That's like, that's the part where I'm just like, okay, maybe I'm looking too much into this, but that's kind of like a load of crap right there. And trying to show courage and blah, 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 doing an interview after that. You're a pro, and that's just kind of expected now. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago, that wasn't a thing. There were, on occasion, there were interviews post-round, mostly with just whoever won, sometimes with whoever got second. No big deal. However, now it's kind of expected that this is going to happen, that you're going to have to put on your big girl pants, put on your big boy pants. Don't be an absolute douchebag. And that might have worked, that might not have worked. And, put on an interview. Because guess what? That's what every other professional sport wants. We want disc golf to be more professional and to be just like all the other sports. Well, guess what? That comes with all the other baggage too, including doing some post-round interviews after a crushing defeat, whether that is a hard-fought battle of the ages where, an Eagle McMahon, Paul Macbeth European Open battle, or whether that is Ella Hansen, Kristen Tatar, or Paige Pierce, Kristen Tatar, where Kristen has been on both sides of this, where she absolutely gave away Champions Cup last year, and Paige Pierce had no idea she was going to win. She didn't expect to win until she won. And then this year at Waco, you've got Kristen Tatar, who had no expectation that she was going to win with how poorly she played, relatively speaking, how poorly she played in rounds 2 and 3, and then ends up winning by surprise, essentially. So, yeah, that's about it. That's like, it's just crazy there. This is one of the shorter courses. I don't know if it is the shortest, but is one of the shortest courses is Waco that FPO will play at like 7,800, 7,700 feet, which is pretty relatively short, where this week is also fairly short on the golf course, which I do want to commend the Open at Austin for having, 5 different basket locations specifically for FPO and 4 different tee locations, or is it the other way around? Either way, different holes set up specifically for FPO to help with that. And that's awesome. And it's pretty crazy. It is, it's awesome that they're doing that. I really hope the Open at Austin really does a good job to show that, like, hey, by the way, if you design a course with FPO in mind, if you design an FPO course, essentially, then guess what? FPO is going to play well. It's going to make for better content. More people are going to want to watch. More people are going to be in contention. There was some good golf out there. Now, we'll see. It's not quite to the level of MPO, but FPO is probably about 6 years behind where they were. So if we look 5-6 years ago, it was a Paul and Ricky battle. You know, Ricky and Eagle, Paul and Eagle, all right there. So, yeah, pretty exciting there. Privacy policy is gone. Nice. Prevent defeat. Put arch supports below your feet, and throw better. Yeah, I mean, you don't need arch supports if you have good arches. Just coming from that sports medicine background, just gonna say that there. Jake says, I'm leaving Vegas tonight. Played some disc golf. I can confirm the woods make disc golf better because Arizona Vegas courses are boring. Yeah, I will say that out where I'm at in Fort Wayne, we have one mostly open course, and that with very minimal terrain changes, and that is Shove Park. And it is fun to kind of air it out on a couple holes. Like the front 9 is, I'd say, park style. You've got a couple trees. You've got plenty of options for lines. If you hit a tree, you still have a really good shot to save par, no matter where you end up. I mean, I've played that course. It used to be like a couple minutes from my apartment. So I played that course hundreds of times probably. And you can hit a tree and definitely end up in a position where you can't save par. But yes, that one's fun. You kind of, like I said, you kind of get to air it out a little bit. What's up, UG Crafty in Twitch? I'm just Twitch. Awesome. Yay, Twitch. Woods are better for disc golf. Yes. I think a good mix is fine, where almost like Waco, where you're kind of going in and out of the woods. I would like to see a little more woods or more holes with woods on it Waco. But generally speaking, I think that kind of course is probably a good, like a hybrid where it's, 50-50, give or take, or 60-40 woods open, where you have a good variety of, you have to hit these shots. These are the prescribed shots. And here's some more open holes where you get to shape the shot you want, but there's still, like Austin has a shocking amount of trees. That course actually looks fairly hard, where you do have a fair amount of OB to contend with. So that kind of is nice there, where yes, you have some open shots, but they're not easy open shots, if that makes sense, where you're just like, all right, yes, I could do whatever I want, but I still have to hit this 60-foot landing area. I have to avoid the bunker on the right. I have to avoid the green short or long or wherever, which does make for some interesting disc golf. I know, like, I like how good, like, dynamic discs and glass blown open and all that stuff does, but kind of watching their courses, it's sorry, bless me, thank me. This sneeze button is awesome. Sneeze the thought right out of my head. What dynamic disc does with DDO and GBO, I do like what they have done with like Jones and Emporia Country Club, but it does get kind of boring after a while. I think every now and then having a course like that out there is a good thing. Having that, counterbalance that with a more wooded course, something like, you got Northwood Black. That's a brutal course. And then I'm blanking on the other name of the course there, but it's more open. Eureka Temp. I don't know why I was why that was so difficult to remember. But yeah, that's I don't know. Woods golf is more fun. I do understand, and I can make a little bit, I don't want to say excuse, but I can understand why the Pro Tour and Disc Golf Network don't want woods as often. That's because it's a lot harder to get those good shots. So it's kind of this nice balance. On top of that, you also have to worry about cell phone coverage. Northwood Black, notorious, where they get no coverage at all. And yet, it still is there because everybody likes it. So, speaking of Disc Golf Network, who didn't get to watch Hole 18 of the MPO? I'll raise my hand there. Second week in a row. That is total bull. So, yeah. Yeah, not very happy with that one. Disc Golf Network and Vimeo says that they have fixed the problem and that they will have a dedicated engineer on Sunday for the Disc Golf Network. I call shenanigans on that one, okay? This is the second week in a row that I've missed Hole 18. And on top of that, I was one of those lucky people who it was 2021 USDGC and things were getting exciting and the video stream crashed. Again, total shit. And I paid extra for it. And that's why I'm a big advocate for saying, don't pay extra for USDGC. Make them learn. Do not. I missed the putting and a lot of the lead up to it. It was cutting in and out. It was not good. And I know that's not the experience everybody had. Going on Reddit, and you'll find everything from it ran flawlessly 1080p 60 to I didn't see anything from after like hole 17. And I was more towards that. Like I didn't see towards the end. And it was just super frustrating. And it's just kind of like, I'm paying you to provide this service and you're not. And it seemed like there's quite a bit of an outcry. And it sounds like Disc Golf Network has spoken with Vimeo. And they say they've got more server capacity and that this won't happen again. If it does happen again, I don't even know. I will be incredibly disappointed, to say the least. Super frustrated. And seriously considering just canceling my subscription. Because that's the only way real change will happen. Yes, they need money to be able to invest in bigger and better things. But right now, if you can't handle a bump in viewership when things get exciting, what's the point? That's my question. Vimeo is not the best service they could be using for this. Now, I don't know if there is a way to use YouTube or if they have to build out something themselves. Who knows? Talk to Linus Tech Tips. Talk to Luke Lafreniere about using Floatplane. They say how awesome it is. They stream. Linus Tech Tips streams to thousands of people there. They can collect a fee and all that fun shit. And who knows? Maybe that works better. Maybe it doesn't. Explore other options. Go to Vimeo and go, all right, we've talked to companies X, Y, and Z. Oh, man. All right. Jake says, hire Mason Productions. Yep. Yeah, just go out and figure something out. I don't know what else to say. You have to do this because it's only going to get worse. Disc golf is getting more and more popular. Live disc golf is getting more and more popular. And I get it that you're not going to always have these spikes in viewership. Not everything is going to come down to, the last 4 or 5 holes of Waco, and you have legitimately, 6 people that could win. And then it comes down to the end, and there's some putts and some crazy shots going under the fence and all that stuff. Coming back in bounds under the fence. You have to be able to handle all that. And who knows? Open in Austin could be incredibly boring in terms of, what is what's going to happen. Right now on the MPO side, we have Simon Lizotte and Paul Macbeth and Vinyl Makala and Gannon Buhr tied for first. After round 2, it could be Paul Macbeth with a 5-stroke lead, and everybody just goes, well, that's cool. I want to watch Paul win, but like there's nothing exciting happening. Maybe, maybe not. Eagle's in the mix. He's at 4 down. So is Calvin. So is Matt Bell and Ezra Aderhold. All right there. 1 stroke off the lead. Tied in 5th. And 9th, you've got a whole bunch of people here, including James Proctor, Nick Hansen, Corey Ellis, Austin Turner, Jacob Heinonen, Chris Dickerson, Mason Marchbanks, Thomas Gilbert, Freddie Meza, Jake Brown, Jeremy Cole. Oh, wait, no, that's tied for 19th. It goes from 9th to 19th, and my screen is kind of far away. But you've got a ton of people there. Ton of people right there. Exciting. Simon did this with a double, and wow. I guess Paul had 3 bogeys, so it all evened out. It all evens out in the end. And on the FPO side, I don't think I talked about it too much. Tied for first, we have Paige Pierce, Kristen Tatar, and Ella Hansen. And in 4th place, we've got Henna Blomroos and Missy Gannon. Good times there out in Austin. I'll be curious to see how this goes. I know Paige Pierce, I'll be curious to see how she plays, because they were talking on the live stream that she was itching to get out of there as soon as her round was done, because she had to go see Willie Nelson. So who knows? Maybe going to see Willie Nelson live at South by Southwest, she'll be more relaxed, man. Just hanging out and just having fun, man. Look at my fingers. They're finging. Look at that, man. That's so cool. Who knows? If nothing else, I would be shocked if she was not contact high. What is your opinion on the instant negativity from the Jomez practice rounds? Honestly, I haven't watched them. So I actually don't know exactly what you're talking about with the instant negativity. Is it towards the course itself or something? I'm actually not up on what all the cool kids are talking about, yo. I missed it. I usually don't watch practice rounds, so I have missed all the comments and all the related stuff there. So yeah, I mean, the bits I've seen of the course, I thought it was a pretty good use of the land. It is a pretty decent course. It's a temp course, obviously, so there are things that could be improved or changed or whatever, but I think with going in and out of the woods like that, I think it's been pretty solid. Let's see. Hole maps here. I mean, there are some longer bomber holes, hole 1 being one of them at 600 feet for the women, but you've got some trees to contend with. You've got some, all that stuff. Yuli and Germ and Sexton complained about the course being filled with tweener holes that they couldn't reach. Now, I don't know how to say this the right way, but is this old man yelling at the cloud kind of thing? Or is this like legitimate complaints? Like, no offense to any of those guys. They could, I mean, honestly, any of them could kick my ass any day out on the course without even trying. They'd come to one of my home course here in Indiana and just like, I can know all the secret special routes and they'd still kick my ass. Is it more so that they're like getting older and not able to throw those shots anymore? I get like 316 feet, kind of an in between. Yeah, 340, 330, I guess. 462, there's 400, 335. I guess that it's tweener. Some of these are tweener holes, but at the same time, like, not everything is going to be out there to bomb it and everything. Julian Sexton should just retire from the tour if they have that issue because the courses are not shrinking. No, Yuli has not been doing well this year and last year either, unfortunately. I really like his personality. I used to watch a handful of the practice rounds, and I always thought him and Big Germ and Sexton were always entertaining to listen to and watch. But I don't know. I think a lot of these courses, like you said, they are going to be getting longer. If you look at how the courses are designed, they're catering to the top 25% on the MPO side, and eventually that will come to the FPO side. Part of that is just depth. If you look at how many people are registered at on the MPO side here, I've got MPO pulled up. There are 115 people on the MPO side compared to the FPO that has 53. All right, 53. That's not too bad. So you look at that, part of it's a depth thing. There's over twice as many people on the MPO side. The talent pool is just deeper. So it's going to get harder and harder to win. I mean, Sexton, his cash streak, probably going to stay alive for a little bit longer, but I don't know if it's going to last through the end of 2023 or through 2024. I think he'll be able to get it through 2023, and the courses are going to get a bit longer. I'm not suggesting that everything's going to become this big old bomber course, but it's going to be, on average, they're going to get longer. If you look at where the courses were, again, a couple years ago to now, the average course has slowly been creeping up. On the women's side, it's actually gone down and gone back up, because before, in doing my research and data collection, looking at the courses from UDIS that were played in like 2016, 2017, they were just playing MPO with different numbers, different par numbers. And those scores were brutal. There were a couple times where par was 85, 86, and you had Paige winning it at like 6 over. So she's shooting 91, 92 and winning. That's awful. So the courses have gotten smaller, and now we're going back bigger. I don't think they're going to reach the same size as the men's, but yeah. Yuli is also still injured. That's true. He has that same nerve issue in his shoulder. I thought it was just an excuse for a while, but he is the weakest arm on tour as it was, and now it's even worse. Yeah, I'd say as one of the consistent touring pros he is. I don't know exactly what nerve issue he has. He hasn't said too much about it that would help me with that. There are a couple different things that can happen. Generally speaking, one thing that you'd have to worry about in a sport like disc golf is a repetitive strain on the brachial plexus, which is a bundle of nerves that comes out the side of your neck, down through your shoulder, through your trap, and controls everything in your hands. So that would be one thing. He could have other issues with potentially something in his back that controls your shoulder blade, because, fun fact, if you don't have great control over your shoulder blade, it doesn't matter how many rotator cuff strengthening exercises, how many shoulder exercises you do, you will not have a lot of success, because, just throwing this out there, the shoulder blade is the foundation that your shoulder is built on. It's anatomy. I think that's the best way that I can say that. It's anatomy. And believe it or not, your shoulder doesn't actually connect to your trunk except for up here in your collarbone up by your neck. Again, it's a fun anatomy fact right there, because it's just kind of floating there. It's a thing. The shoulder blade isn't attached to really anything. It's just kind of there, hanging out, floating out in free space. That's why you have to have good muscular control there. And I know any other anatomy nerds out there, RJ, Ben, simplifying this, trying to make this easy. This is the explain it like I'm 5 kind of thing. He said that the issue is causing his grip strength to go from 135 to 85. Whoa, that's a big drop in grip strength there. That's interesting. There are a couple different nerves that could do that. Honestly, for his quality of life, he honestly should be looking to take a step back and potentially retire after the season. If his grip strength has dropped that much, if he's having that many issues, and I love seeing him out there, but taking a step back for quality of life for the rest of his life, I think we're close to the same age. I think he's mid-30s, give or take. It would be best for him to, take it easy, essentially. He's got his coaching. He's got all that stuff. He's got plenty. He will still be very active in the disc golf community. But I think that that's something he should explore. I'll say that. I think that's something he should explore. Only he can make that decision. And him and his doctor and whoever his healthcare team is, who knows his health better than I do, just as an outsider, knowing what I know, having that kind of grip strength drop is something like, yikes. You should definitely be careful. And speaking of nerves, apparently, Kristen Tatar is still having a little bit of numbness and tingling in her hand and doesn't have the best control yet. She is better off than she was last year, is what she said, but not 100% yet, which I find interesting. I wish I could be, like I said earlier, like I said to start this podcast, I wish I could be that far off my game and still be able to win a major tournament like that. I mean, major relative to what I do. Yeah. Playing local C tiers, B tiers, and that one A tier every now and then. Yeah. River City Open up in Grand Rapids, Michigan is a fantastic tournament. Unfortunately, I could not play the crown jewel of the tournament because it was flooded and people were mad that it flooded and they changed courses. I don't know about you, but I didn't have any hip waders. So, yeah. Anyway, I think that just about does it. This has been a decent podcast. Hopefully it meets your standards. If not, well, too bad. Because I have a bleep button and it is awesome. I think that's about everything I have to say here. I hope you all enjoy the show. Let's keep watching the Open at Austin. Hopefully we all get to see the end of the Open at Austin. Who knows? It could be good. It could be bad. I don't know. But you can always find me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, at Joe's Disc Golf, joesdiscgolf.com. We updated the power rankings, which, I forgot to go over the power rankings. Let's go over the power rankings real quick. Had to update those. There we go. Joe's Disc Golf. This is not the end. That was a false ending. Ha ha ha. Power rankings here. No surprise at who the number one is, but we'll start down at the bottom. 25, Holly Finley. 24, we got Vanessa Van Dyken. 23, Juliana Korver. 22, Madison Walker. Maria Oliva, 21. Rebecca Cox, 20. Lisa Fakis, Kona Star. Alexis Mondahano, Kat Merch. 15th, we get Jessica Weiss. 14th was Deanne Carey. She played really well for a while at Waco. Macy Veladiaz is 13th. Paige Pierce has continued to drop down the rankings. She is now sitting at 12th. Holland Hanley is going the opposite direction. She is going up. She's in 11th. Valerie Mandahano has also dropped because of her ankle injury. She is again not playing Open at Austin. I believe I said I would not expect her before Champions Cup. So far, I've been kind of right. I feel bad that I've been kind of right. I don't want that to happen, but knowing what I know about a grade 3 ankle sprain and the demands that are placed on the ankle while playing disc golf, forget walking all over the place. Yeah, not surprising. Jennifer Allen is in 9th. Missy Gannon is 8th. 7th is Sarah Hokum. Haley King has jumped to 6th. Hannah Blomroos is 5th. Katrina Allen is 4th. Ella Hansen has jumped up to 3rd. Owen Scoggins taking that number 2 spot. And who's surprised here? Kristen Tatar retains the number 1 spot in the power rankings. Missing from the list is Evelina Salonen, who, after pretty poor performance in putting, has dropped off the face of the earth in terms of power rankings. So there we go. Talked about the power rankings a little bit there. I think that is everything. Now I'm going to end it. I forgot to write up show notes here, guys. I apologize. This has been a little bit all over the place, but bringing it in, having a good time. You guys have been awesome. Follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all at Joe's Disc Golf. You can go find news, articles, reviews, and all that fun jazz at joesdiscgolf.com. Hope we all can watch the end of the Open at Austin and the MPO round. Thank you all for watching. If you get a great tree kick, don't forget to thank Treesus. And if you get kicked deeper into the woods, well, you have to repent and reflect because you have transgressed against Treesus. Words are hard. As always, I've been Joe, you've been awesome, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video.